Hey guys, Crew of Blonde Wave back. I'm Calvin.
I'm Aaron.
And we're back with another episode of Reacher. Last time.
Fights.
Murders.
Police chief has been crucified, basically. Ate his testicles, too.
Dancing.
Dancing happened, yeah. Craw taters.
Zag nuts.
There we go. Covered everything.
Police nuts.
I know you're scared, but I'm...
Scared?
It's natural. When someone has an attempt made on their life...
You know I was recruited by the FBI and Central
Kind of reminds me of Yvonne Stravotsky a little bit.
A little bit.
Percentile in IQ, but only an 80% on the psych eval. You want to know why, you condescending asshole?
Interpersonal skills?
You think I'm some poor, scared little girl? I'm not scared, I am pissed. They came into my house that I fixed up with my money in the town that my family founded because they think they are untouchable.
Little hint of a smile there.
You want a gun? Fine by me.
I want her to be like Bert, like, pick one.
What are these, dueling
Gave this
pistols?
to me a couple years ago. Wanted to keep it in the family, and I was
Ooh,
like,
jeez. Who
Not what you call a subtle weapon.
has that?
people around here know I have this thing. Use it wrong and it gets back to me.
That's a gun. That's huge.
It's a Desert Eagle.
You took him out drinking. Isn't that the exact opposite of what I told you to do?
Good thing I did. Whoever killed the Morrisons came after us last night. Broke into my house, carved a threat into my door. Who knows what they would have done if I'd been there alone.
They came into your house.
I'm fine. Just see what Jasper has for us.
It's okay. I had my eye on her.
Officer Conklin, this is Molly Beth Gordon, Specialized Administrative Officer with the Secret Service. I got your message regarding Joe Reacher. I work with him.
Hi, Molly Beth.
Oh, Joe. Oh, thank God. Why haven't you returned my calls? I was so worried.
Miss Gordon, this is Jack Reacher. Joe's brother. Joe's dead.
No.
Do you know what Joe was doing in Margrave, Georgia?
I don't know. He was running a classified investigation. I just don't know the detail. God.
She's really upset.
Yeah,
There must have been a little bit more than
personally
just,
involved.
yeah.
Was there a specific division of OI that Joe was heading up?
Yeah, he ran our anti-counterfeiting department.
There you go.
No, you're gonna go see Zacharias Perez, LLP. See what you can find out about Jopling's arrest.
An assignment?
Ooh.
I thought I was not by employment, appearance, or lifestyle choice a cop anymore.
Well, it shows you how desperate I am. So be smart, don't break the law, and promise me you won't end up in another holding cell.
That was your fault
No.
to begin with.
No. I don't think no promises.
Mr. Spivey. Tanner Spivey.
I'd say he's
Nailed to the wall.
either nailed to the wall or just gone.
They also said, yeah, he probably bolted. Oh, damn it!
Call the police! You picked the wrong town to rob in. Wait!
Looks like he's gonna end up in a holding cell.
Pull up Jopling's file now.
I will ruin your life with one phone call.
I'll end your life with one phone. Pull up Jopling's file.
He's so calm.
Just like in the middle
In the middle of it.
Caused any problems, you wish I finished strangling you.
He did. He ended up in a holding cell.
Listen, man. You should have told us you were a cop. Hard to do with a boot in your mouth.
Right? You guys came in, hit him, and kicked the shit out of him before even asking any questions.
Also, he's in a suit.
Yeah, right? Robbers don't usually come in wearing, like, nice suits and shit. Typically.
And it shouldn't make a difference. Thought he was a burglar.
How many burglars you know wear suits?
Didn't look like he lived there.
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Hey, let it go.
Let's sue him.
Bigger fights. Come on.
She will kick your ass. I guarantee it.
Oh. Barbecue chicken.
Next year, I'm getting a smoker.
Got everything I needed.
How?
Just
Oh my gosh, this food's gonna be delicious.
2 fried chicken thighs, fried okra, ribs, collard greens, poke greens, rice with giblet gravy, cottage cheese and peaches, buttermilk chicken sandwich with coleslaw,
This is all
and
for
for
him.
you, spinach salad, dressing on the side.
I was embarrassed ordering that.
How do you eat like that and still look like you do?
Like this. Our dead trucker's employer, South Freight Shipping, they were contracted to Kleiner Industries.
I searched Spivey's house. Looks like he left town, but his landline showed multiple calls to Kleiner Industries.
So roads are leading to Kleiner.
The patron saint of Margrave. You really think that he could be counterfeiting?
Who knows? Certainly has the financial resources.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Maybe he has those resources because he's counterfeiting.
You gotta spend money literally to make money.
I won't break into Kleiner's office. I'll walk in and talk to him. Now.
I'm coming. Man, that powerful, someone's got to keep a cool head.
Okay, I think I know what's going on here, but if you do...
Finish the damn chicken thighs. Come on.
Right?
I'm taking those
Practice
lips
what
to
you
go.
preach.
Good. You better take those ribs.
Oh, good
Oh, for the
doggo.
puppy.
Yes, doggo.
Just don't let him choke on the
hungry?
bone.
Well, if it's beef ribs, it's fine. Chicken bones is a problem.
Tanner Spivey and has himself disappeared. Called your company multiple times in the last 3 days. Pete Jobling, also deceased, is a former truck driver for Kleiner Industries.
For a company we contracted with. Perhaps Mr. Spivey has a buddy on the loading docks. Maybe they're just making plans to grab a beer after work.
Perhaps. Or perhaps he was calling for another reason.
Why wouldn't he just call his buddy's cell phone?
After all I've done for this town, after all I've invested into it, I'm a little insulted to be under suspicion. More than a little.
My intention was never to insult you, Mr. Kleiner.
Mine was.
Some friendly advice? This evidence trail you're following? It's a waste of time for you and for me.
You don't tell me what leads to chase and how to chase them. So if I may give you some friendly advice. If you keep talking to the cops on my force, hinder this investigation in any way, I will put my fucking foot up your fucking ass until your heart fucking stops.
Wasn't he supposed to be the cool head?
Swearing is a weakness of character
It's
and
time for
a...
you, gentlemen.
In a mine?
Yeah.
With mine? Evidence of a weak mind, a weak character, or whatever
Yeah.
it was.
I just want to make sure we're on the same page because your punch-to-syllable ratio is about 1-to-1.
I'm gonna go get a snack.
Just because it looks like Kleiner might be a part of all this does not mean you can just go take him out.
We're not dealing with a small-scale operation. This thing's a hydra. I cut off one head, 2 more grow in its place. There's no justice for Joe in that. I'm gonna uncover this whole operation, then burn it to the ground. And that takes time, which is something I have in great quantity. Taking Kleiner out's the last move.
Be safe.
Oh, watch out. Keep being nice like that, and you're gonna be making friends around here in no time.
Who ends up with the dog? Reacher? Finley? I think it'd be funny if Finley ends up with the dog.
It would be.
Oh,
truck.
no.
Been with that Reacher guy a lot lately. You guys are so close, he must have told you about Baghdad, right?
Baghdad.
About those civilians that he killed? And how his connections got him off. Charges disappeared, but nothing goes away completely, not these days. Jack Reacher's a murderer.
Nice shot.
Damn right. I'm busting up more clay than a Tuscan earthquake.
I'm Steve Williams. And I gotta tell you, you guys put on a better party than a Charleston ranch.
This is what the golf club had on it.
Is tell me a bit about Axis in Atlanta. Past few days has me thinking how life's short. Maybe it's time I shake things up a bit. Transfer offices.
Well, it's a great place to work. Nice people. What division are you in?
Account services.
We had a guy handling that for us, but he picked up and left about a year ago, and we discontinued the department. It's kind of niche, you know?
What did you say his name was again?
I didn't. But it was Paul Hubble.
So this Hubble guy quit the bank a year ago.
Yep. Up and left without so much as 2 weeks' notice. Kind of a dick move, if you ask me.
So he hasn't been at the bank for a year?
Mm-hmm.
Paul!
Where are you from?
I'm from Marietta.
Georgia.
And my instincts are impeccable. And my instincts tell me you're a nice guy.
She better not be like an assassin.
I don't know.
Can't blame a girl for trying. Good luck, officer.
Something tells me you wager more than you make and you could use some extra cash.
Guilty as charged.
You know Tanner Spivey?
Who's that guy?
He was a regular here.
Trouble.
Boxer. Southpaw.
Golden gloves.
You know the thing about boxing? Too many rules.
Damn! Okay. Just jump right into this.
You left down with some Spanish guys, real fast. That's all I know.
He talk quick.
Yeah. Let's go for a little drive.
That's why you don't turn your car on as soon as they get in the car. He's going around the back door to get to the car. Grab a bottle of alcohol and make a Molotov? What you
I was
doing?
gonna say maybe, yeah.
Trying to think what he wants that cloth for.
I thought it was gloves.
Oh, was it gloves? Jumping out. And he knows they're ex-military, so he needs to be a little bit more careful.
Take their car and run away.
But didn't they just get his car?
Sure.
You get close, shoot one, and grab the other one? I don't know.
Sure.
Man, such a big gun.
Or just shoot them both.
I guess, yeah. Works.
There's already somebody in there,
Spivey or Hubble?
Spivey.
Hello, Spivey.
He left town with a... Well, that's that lead dead.
Yeah. And as far as the bank goes, Hubble quit there a year ago.
Yeah. So he's been working for them exclusively under the cover of working for the bank.
Yeah. You tell your wife that that's where you go. He's been working. He hasn't been there. And so Spivey, Hubble, what was the other one? The trucker? So the other thing was going and talking to the trucker's wife.
Yeah.
And we got more information on what Joe was up to. So we know that there's a counterfeiting thing going on.
Yep.
A lot of animal feed.
Too much for the amount of cow that he has.
I mean, my only thought is like smuggling in or out the money. Because they also said too about like, so Joe worked hard on stopping like within the country counterfeiting and making that nearly impossible, but the international ones were still possible. So maybe the feed is it coming in and then he gets it and then he distributes it through the states, but I don't know how they're getting it into there. You know, it's not like they're in a big place with an airport or like a port, you know, like when they counterfeit and bring in drugs in like the Florida through the water, you know, like they're in the middle of Georgia, you know?
Sure.
So like, I wonder what the process is, if it's him getting it or him trying to get it out. It looked like he was unloading it for them into smaller trucks, right?
Sure.
They had a big truck they were unloading, I think.
I mean, maybe they're like... So you can't use counterfeit money in the States, but was it meaning that you could use it overseas and they wouldn't know?
No, what he was referring to is
or
that
just making
they
it.
wouldn't be able to make it without it being known.
Okay.
Whatever it was that he set into place, they said like in the States, if they made counterfeit money, it would be known. Now I don't know if that means like they just know they're making it, or if it's like the processes and how you get what you need to be able to make it, right? Like whatever the ink is and the paper and all that kind of stuff. The things set in place would let us know if someone's buying this kind of stuff to make it, and it sets off flags. Like I would imagine kind of like how if you're gonna try to make meth and you go to places and you buy like a bunch of one stuff, it's either not allowed or it sets off, whistles, right? So people go and they buy like a little bit everywhere to try to make their meth, right?
Yeah.
I imagine something like that, but when you go to like, I don't know, someplace like South America, they don't have the same kind of restrictions and stuff, so it's easier to get the supplies you need in order to make the counterfeit money. Maybe it's like that.
Maybe.
So I don't know. But he had the thing about a family of skilled marksmen when they had like all the trophies and the rhino and all that stuff up there on the walls. But I don't picture Kleiner Senior or whatever getting his hands like dirty, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could see him sending his son to do it. But also the son had that weird remark being like, I'm just trying to watch out for you, Roscoe. Which maybe he is involved and maybe he does kind of like her. And he
so
doesn't
he's like
want
trying
her
to keep her safe.
He doesn't want her to get hurt or die or whatever, but
sure, I could see that.
I don't know.
It also just seems real scummy.
Yeah, sure. I like your things like like trying to get a girl stalking doesn't help. Like,
yeah. And he keeps sprouting off that stuff about, which we don't even know if it's true or not. I mean,
sure. I assume it's like true based on his expression.
From his expression.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling that the rumors are true, but maybe it's a unreliable narrator, right?
Sure. Like maybe there was something like that happened, but what exactly is the real story behind it?
Yeah. Like Kleiner Jr. maybe knows what was in the report, but he doesn't know what actually happened.
Maybe. And like what covered it up. And is that connected to Joe? How long ago was it? Is that when they hadn't talked? Because maybe there was something and he helped him get out of it?
Sure.
Maybe Joe did it? There was that flashback where
Joe covered for him?
Well, yeah. Did Jack or Joe use that thing and hit the guy in the face, which was going to be trouble? And then Joe said, all signs indicate yes, but he told him not to cry, so either Joe did it or Joe was protecting his brother, in which case you could have that kind of relating to the idea that he did something in Baghdad and Joe helped cover for him or protect him from that. It could be a similar kind of situation in some way.
Sure.
Maybe also it's like maybe he did kill civilians, but it was some kind of like intel misinformation kind of thing too, like we don't know exactly the story.
Sure.
So like there could be more information where it's like it wasn't meant to be that way, or the intel said that there was gonna be bad guys in here, or like did he walk in and shoot people, did he blow up a building, I don't know what happened. So I don't know. I figure we'll find out more. But even if Roscoe asks him, like that's a very possible way of being like, okay, hey look, this guy said this. What's the truth? And we stop by that dog again.
Take care of that doggo. So you think that maybe the detective will take the dog?
I don't know.
Because he needs a friend?
Because he needs a friend? I don't know. I was just thinking about it. Like Reacher could take the dog, but he also, I assume after he's done with this, he's probably going to go back traveling and doing all that kind of stuff again.
Hoboing.
Yeah, hoboing, because he's not a vagrant. But if that's the case, then who takes care of the dog? Because that guy obviously doesn't seem to want the dog, right?
Yeah.
You want to look up vagrant and hobo?
Yeah. Which one are you going to look up?
I don't know. Look up vagrant.
Okay.
A person without a settled home or regular work who wanders from place to place and lives by begging.
Let's see. Hobo is a homeless person, a tramp, or vagrant. But I think vagrant is more that they live by begging.
Wanders from place to place and lives by begging, which is underlined.
Whereas a hobo is just a homeless person.
Yeah.
Where it could be a tramp or a vagrant.
A hobo could be a vagrant.
Yeah.
But they have to actually be like. So he doesn't beg. He just. Maybe he does odds and ends. Maybe he kills bad guys and takes their money.
Well, he has a pension that deposits directly into a Western Union, like a credit union or whatever.
True. And then he also got a really, really big pistol.
And he used said really, really big pistol.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if he was going to try to keep one of those guys alive and try to, get information from one of them or anything. But
I don't know.
He didn't risk it.
They're ex-military. They probably have
training against interrogation and stuff.
Yeah.
That's possible, too. I believe that. Well, I'm going to assume at this point, I'm still going to assume Hubble's alive and that they need him for
I'm going to
something.
say, they probably still need him to do all the the numbers.
Because everyone else were slowly finding their bodies, and his is still missing. So I think that it's like, well, we need him for whatever, especially since he quit the bank to just do this, which means he has no other projects. All he's been doing is this, which means he's important enough, and there's enough work that they need a guy to do this specific work.
Mm-hmm.
And given that it's counterfeiting related, like, he needs to be doing, you need someone to do whatever it is to get your counterfeit to be realish, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they need a Skylar White.
Yeah, like it's either like it's the laundering side of it, or it's the fudging the numbers they have, or whatever the case is. I forget, what was it, currency manager?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm gonna assume he's still alive. The family's gone, safe,
Mhm.
I suppose. So
hopefully for now.
Yeah.
Like that one, Stevens, right? Stevenson,
yeah, he had that moment too where he was like digging, right?
It seemed like he was digging, but he also could just be, I don't know,
nervous and not sure what to do.
Yeah.
And I'm more on board with like the mayor and the guy with the bathroom thing that we don't really know much of being super suspicious, and maybe
that's why he was
wiggle room for Stevenson.
Maybe that's why he was like yanking the leash of Stevenson, like, hey, don't talk to her about that stuff. You
He's
don't
kind of in
even
the
know.
middle, right? So you pull him away to make sure he doesn't start falling down the path with them.
Yeah.
And that they don't trust him. So.
Sure.
Like maybe he was just really being like, hey, something seems weird here. I don't know what to do. There's a lot of stuff going on. You got any information for me? But it also felt like he could have been like trying to dig for any information.
Yeah.
So I
It's
could
like,
tell
you know
the
anything
mayor.
that you're not telling it?
Pass it
You
on
know
up.
where the wife and the kids are?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
like,
was definitely...
Like he could be worried about his family, right? Like he said
Yeah.
about them being like cousins or whatever.
Yeah,
it
it's
was.
his cousin, right?
So he could just be worried about his family, wanting to know what's going on.
Sure.
Or he could be digging for information and wanting to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to get more information sitting here and talking.
Maybe we can divine something or remember a bit of information.
No.
No?
We'll have to just wait till next week. But you don't have to. You can also get early access over at blindwave.com. You can find links in the description below for full length and blindwave.com's early access. So check that out. Don't forget about the recommendations. Subscribe if you just want to wait till next week and see what happens. I'm very excited to see what happens. It's been fun. We'll solve any issues next time.
Or make them.
Or get a dog.